was talking about the food groups, and then we got on the oils, and then lard. Yeah. Okay. So I remember now. So, oh yeah. So like I said, I grew up, you know what I'm saying, with my mom making food. When she would cook, she would use vegetable oil, right? But like I said, we moved to North Carolina, and then I noticed that they were using lard. You know what I'm saying? And this was very, very crazy, because then it's like, now that I'm older and I actually studied and I put it down, it's like I understand a deeper level. I understand why certain problems happen in the body, right? So where we were talking about temperatures and shit, right? Yeah. So think about lard it's not a liquid at room temperature, right? Room temperature is generally, like, you know what I'm saying, if everything is normal, probably like 70, 80 degrees. That's usually what room temperature is, right? Here's why that's important, because, you know, and this is also why I use unsaturated oils now, because saturated are, like I said, your lards and your butters and things like that. This is why I use unsaturated, because the boiling point, not the boiling point, sorry, the melting point of these butters and these oils, like, it has to be elevated. It has to be kind of high in order for it to melt. You feel what I'm saying? In order for it to be used liquidly. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at the human body. The human body maintains a temperature at 98.6 degrees, right? A fever is what, 102? If you get over 102, 103, you can come close to dying. You feel what I'm saying? You can come close to dying. At 107, I mentioned this in the Hidden the Raw book. I made reference to the movie Osmosis Jones. In Osmosis Jones, like, when the guy, he got a fever, and when he got up to 107 degrees, his body stopped. He died. You know, of course they revived him and shit because it was a movie, but 107, his body died. So this tells you that the human body, with it being 98.6 degrees, cannot, you know what I'm saying, operate. If the human body increases what, 9 degrees above itself? Yeah, 9 degrees above itself, it shuts down, right? But yet now we're gonna put things into our body that need to be at a temperature so much more higher than 107 just to even become a liquid again. You feel what I'm saying? So imagine what happens when the blood, your vessels and everything, after it absorbs, when it hits your intestines and it's absorbed down and it goes into the bloodstream through the kidneys and ureters and all of that. When this goes through that entire process of circulation, right, the stuff now has to be moved back down into the temperature of 98.6 degrees. And at 98.6 degrees, it is a solid. What do you think happens again when it gets back into your body? Your arteries clog. You feel what I'm saying? This is why they say don't pour grease down the sink. This is why they say don't pour bacon grease down the sink. Because bacon grease, if you let it sit to room temperature, what happens to bacon grease? What happens to pork grease? What happens to that grease? It solidifies. You feel what I'm saying? So that's my whole purpose of when I ingest my oils and I get that food group aspect, I have to make sure that it's already a liquid form. When it's just sitting out by itself, it's at a liquid form. So when I take it, it stays liquid in my body. You feel what I'm saying? We give ourselves clogged arteries. It doesn't just happen. You feel what I'm saying? You block your own arteries. Why? By putting the oils in your body that will not stay liquid once they circulate through your body. It's very, very, very pivotal. And it's important. It's powerful, like, you know. But this is why it's important to know this information. How many people just follow suit? How many doctors, how many people have you gone to and they told you, hey, stop eating this oil because? You feel me? Instead, they probably tell you, hey, get more fruits and vegetables in your diet. They never tell you to stop eating meat. So now, let's run it back to the pork example. How I was just saying, when you look at pork, you know, if you cook pork in the morning or whatnot, the bacon grease or whatnot, after a while that bacon grease, it solidifies, right? That oily, greasy bacon that you eat every day, those bacon cheeseburgers, all of that stuff that you eat every day, what do you think that oil does when it's in your body? That's the whole premise of what I am trying to show people. You know, this is why oils are important, but this is why saturated oils are important. And unsaturated, you can use those unsaturated fats if that unsaturated fat will melt. We melt it. You know what I'm saying? Under body temperature. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have a saturated fat at 90. That's like walking a thin line. You feel me? You want it to be somewhere where it's like, let's say it could turn liquid at 70 degrees. Why? Because you know by the time it hits your body, it's gonna stay liquid. You feel what I'm saying? But then when you get those thick butters, those thick lards and shit like that, that's well over that, it has to do the same thing in your